Our next guest has travelled the whole world, just about, as a professional basketballer. He's touched so many people's lives, and he came originally from LA, from a really hard beginning in his life, raised by a single mum, one of 6 kids. And he has spent the last few years motivating, blessing, encouraging young people to find a purpose and to find God. And I'd like you to give a very warm welcome to Mike Spears.
How you guys doing today? Now, let me start by saying that I am very, very nervous standing up here right now. This is not my element, and a lot like Pastor Sonia, we kind of do the same thing, and I'm going to tell you how we kind of are similar in our ways in the way we go about doing things and influencing people. But rather than me just sitting here and talking to you guys, I want you guys to try to become more familiar with me, and I'm going to do something what I call an icebreaker. This will make me feel a lot more comfortable up here, and my talk will go much, much smoother. If you guys could all stand up and shake hands and say God bless you to someone you've never shaken hands with before, or just invite someone, around. Thank you very much, folks. I really, really appreciate that. Now, as you guys might know, that this is not my element. My element is, once I became successful at being a basketball player and things like that, I go into schools and things and I motivate kids. And when I step onto the grounds of a primary school, I'm there, I'm like, yeah, this is my thing, let's go. But when I was asked to do this, I said yes initially, but then I go, what have I got myself into? I'm going to be standing up in front of unfamiliar people I don't really know, and I'm not really teaching basketball today, but I am going to give you guys a little bit about myself and how I've gotten a lot of direction through Jesus Christ and stuff as well. Some of you guys might be wondering why I'm holding a basketball. Well, if I were to give you guys a brief description about myself, a basketball is how I identify myself. When I was getting dressed to come here today, I was going to wear, a shirt and tie and look very nice and studious and, very, sophisticated for everyone. But I said that I wanted people to identify me with what I am and what my purpose is and what I do in this world. So I brought a basketball and I wore my basketball shirt so people can see that, yes, I play basketball, but that's not all I do. Mike Spears is actually more than just a basketball player. I'm actually a person. Now this is where I have to stop and pause. And I said, you know what? I've done so many great things in this world. I've done so many positive influences with a lot of young people. How do I describe myself in a short time to all you folks? So this took me some time, and I sat down and I started to think and think and think. And I wrote down a quote that I'm going to read to you. And that basically describes my entire life. Mike Spears is a person who strives to support the social, emotional, and economic growth of all people so that they are able to make informed decisions, responsible choices throughout their lives, and make meaningful contributions to their community. Does everyone understand that? Now, I believe that everyone in this world has a purpose. Everyone has a reason why they're here. And I've traveled the world and lived in 7 countries, and I've seen a lot of successful people, but mostly I've seen some people, and it's mostly the people who are struggling, who've lost their direction, who've lost their way. They lost the influence of why we are all here. And what I do is I take a basketball and I say, hey kids, let's play basketball. And in the sport of basketball, that's how we get along. And through basketball, it allows me to affect them, their other lives in other directions. If they need help with, say, better schoolwork or making a really good decision that might affect their life in some way, because I've approached them with a basketball first, they trust me now. They think of me as a role model, someone that they can look up to. And a lot of times, people lose that as they grow. So I'm the kind of person where I use a basketball to influence young people. So I'm standing in front of you guys here today, and I wanted to get across a message to you. I'm not just involved with basketball and schools and sports and things like that. I also needed direction, and I've had trials and tribulations in my life as well. And I have sought direction from Jesus Christ, reading the Bible, God, all those things, to give me that direction and help influence my life and take me up. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, and I don't have much time because usually I stand in front of primary schools, and they give me 1 full hour. And I take a deep breath, and I go, and I just let them have it for 1 hour. And I'll look, and I'm like, I'm not finished yet. And they're like, Mike, you got to finish up. And I'm like, no, but I still got so much more to say. But I have just a short time with you guys today. So a small story, and then I'm going to challenge you guys.